Okay, now, suppose consider you have a sphere. Sphere, I think everyone know what is sphere, which is in a circular shape, which is in a shape of a circle. This is suppose consider a sphere. Okay, this is sphere, right? Suppose consider you have a sphere, and if you cut the sphere, like this, okay, if you cut the sphere like this, and if you coat it outside in the sense bulge part, where you have a bulge part, there if you coat it with a silver, and inside part in the sense cave in the sense gufa type, there if you there if it is a plain surface, and outside if it is painted with a if it is painted with a silver nitrate or silver, then a, a mirror will be produced. A mirror is formed. This type of mirror is called the spherical concave mirror. This type of mirror is called the spherical concave mirror. Understood? Spherical concave mirror, where bulge part is coated with a silver, cave part is a reflecting surface. Cave part is a reflecting surface, whereas bulge part which is there, it is coated with a silver. Then you will be getting a spherical concave mirror, right? You will be getting a spherical concave mirror. Now concave mirrors are always converging mirrors. Okay, concave mirrors are always converging mirror. Suppose consider a ray of light is coming. Like this. In this manner, a ray of light is coming. After touching the concave mirror, it will converge. Okay, right? It will come like this. Suppose another ray of light is coming like this. After touching the concave mirror, what will happen? It will reflect, and the rays will be getting converged. And the rays will be meeting at particular point, and that particular point will be focused. Okay, that particular point will be focused. So the rays are getting converged here. See, they are meeting with each other. Both of them are meeting with each other. As they are meeting with each other, as the rays are getting converged with each other, we can tell that concave mirrors are also called as converging mirror. Concave mirrors are also called as a what type of mirror? Converging mirror. Concave mirrors are also called as a converging mirror. Remember this point. This point is most important. In the exam, in choose the correct answers, they will be asking you. Converging mirrors are also called as. Four options they will be giving you. In the four options, you need to tick any one option. So converging mirrors are also called as concave mirror. Converging mirrors are also called as what type of mirror? Converging what is concave mirror? Understood? Concave mirror. Understood, everyone? So converging mirrors are also called as concave mirror. Remember this one. Okay, everyone understood about what is concave mirror, right? Then now I would like to explain you spherical convex mirror. Spherical convex mirror. Suppose consider you have a sphere. Okay. You have a sphere like this, and if you try to cut the sphere, hollow sphere, it is a hollow sphere. Okay. If you cut the sphere, then I'm not getting a perfect circle. Perfect sphere I'm not getting. Just a second. Sphere is there. Then, and if you coat with a silver in a cave part will be there, right? Inside a cave part, if you coat it with a silver, and outside in the sense bulge part is not at all coated with a silver. Bulge part is a reflecting part. Bulge part is a reflecting part. Then a mirror is produced. A mirror is produced. The mirror is called as a convex mirror. That type of a mirror is called as a convex mirror. Understood, everyone? That done. For convex mirror, cave part will be coated with a silver, whereas bulge part will not be coated with a silver. Bulge part will not be coated with a silver. Bulge part will be a reflecting surface. Bulge part will be a reflecting surface, whereas cave part will be coated with a silver. Understood, everyone? Remember this one. And you know, convex mirror, suppose a ray of light is coming like this. A ray of light is coming like this. This is principal axis. Okay, this line, center line is a principal axis. Suppose consider a ray of light is coming like this. Okay, a ray of light is coming like this, and it is touching the convex mirror. After touching the convex mirror, you know that as it is a reflecting surface, the ray will be getting reflected. You know how it will be reflected? It will be, when the ray is reflected, that ray will be getting diverged. That ray will be getting diverged. Suppose consider another ray is coming and then it is hitting a convex mirror. After touching the convex mirror, the ray will be getting reflected in a diverged manner. Okay, it will, these two rays will be spreading away from each other. Those two rays after reflection will never meet with each other. These two rays after reflection will never meet with each other. They will be spreading away from each other. They will be spreading away from each other. As they are spreading away from each other, as they are diverging from each other, we can tell that convex mirrors are also called as diverging mirror. Convex mirrors are also called as diverging mirror. Diverging mirror. Remember this one. Convex mirrors are also called as diverging mirror. Why it is called as a diverging mirror? Because a ray of light after reflection will diverge from each other. Ray of light after reflection diverge with each other. That is the reason it is called as a diverging mirror. So convex mirrors are always called as a diverging mirror. Another name of convex mirror. Another name for convex mirror is called as a diverging mirror. Another name of convex mirror is called as a diverging mirror. Then everyone understood about the diverging mirror or convex mirror, right? For convex mirror, you'll be getting virtual and erect images. You'll be getting virtual or erect images. For convex mirror, you'll be getting always virtual image or erect images. Virtual images are always erect images, right? So for convex mirror, you'll be getting always virtual images. You'll be getting always what type of images? Virtual images you'll be getting. You'll be not getting real images. For convex mirror, you'll be not getting real image. For convex mirror, you'll be getting virtual images. Remember this point. For convex, you'll be getting virtual images. For concave, you'll be getting virtual as well as real images. For concave mirror, you'll be getting virtual images as well as real images. Remember this one. Okay. For concave mirror, you'll be getting virtual image as well as real image. When you will be getting the virtual image, when the object is very close to the concave mirror, then only you will be getting the virtual image. When the object is very close to the concave mirror, then only you will be getting the virtual image for concave mirror. Remaining all time, you will be getting real image only. Understood, everyone? Okay, done. Understood, everyone? So this one is convex. Convex is nothing but a diverging mirror. So everyone understood about what is concave mirror and what is convex mirror, right? Now we will be I will be teaching you about the terms related to the concave mirror or convex mirror. There are different types of terms. There are different types of terms. Those terms are most important. Okay, those terms are most important. Those questions have been asked in 2013, 2014, and 2015. These terms, whatever terms I will be explaining you, these terms have been continuously asked 2013, 2014, and 2015. Okay, 3 years continuously it has been asked. Long answer type question, 5 marks question it has been asked, and in the, what do you call, in different years like 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20, they have asked like in 1 mark question they have asked. Okay, in 1 mark answers they have asked. So suppose consider you have a concave mirror. Suppose consider you have a concave mirror. As you all know that for concave mirror, bulge part will be coated with a silver. Right? As you all know that bulge part will be coated with a silver for concave. And cave part which is there, it is a reflecting surface. Right? Cave part which is there, it is a reflecting surface. Done. Now, suppose if I draw a straight line, straight horizontal line, if I draw a straight horizontal line, okay, straight horizontal line, where this line is touching the center of curvature, this line is touching the center and moving away. Okay, this line is touching the center of the sphere. And then it is moving away. Then this type of a line, XY, if we name it as an XY, this line is called as a principal axis. What do you mean by this line? That line is called as a principal axis. Okay, the line which is touching the center of the sphere and moving away is called as a principal axis for concave mirror. Okay, and you'll be getting one particular center here. You'll be having a particular center for the sphere, center for the spherical concave mirror. This center is called center of curvature. Center of curvature. Understood? Why do we call this one as a curvature? Because this concave mirror, whatever is there, it is in a shape of a curve. Curved. That is the reason we call it as a center of curvature. Understood, everyone? Why we will be calling curvature? Because it is in a shape of a curve. C-U-R-V-E, curve. That is the reason we will be calling that one as a center of curvature. Understood, everyone? Center of curvature. Okay. Now, suppose consider this point. If I take a point as an M, okay, if I take this point as an N, okay, if I take this point as an M and if I take this point as an N, now there will be particular distance from M to N. So the distance from M to N, is called as an aperture. The distance which is there from M to N is called as an aperture. Okay, for easy explanation, I will tell you. In mathematics class, you would have learned diameter. For circle, you will be having a diameter, right? The diameter is nothing but as an aperture. Okay, you will be using diameter for circle, whereas for light chapter, for mirrors, you will be using aperture. Understood? For mirrors, you will be using aperture. You should not use diameter. Okay, you should not use diameter. You should use the aperture. Understood, everyone? So ML, it is a diameter of a concave mirror. Understood? And the center point is called as a center of curvature. Center point is called as center of curvature. Understood, everyone? Now you can see this horizontal line, this principal axis which is there. That principal axis is touching the midpoint of concave mirror. This principal axis is touching the midpoint of concave mirror. You can see here it is touching the midpoint of a concave mirror. This midpoint is called as pole. Midpoint is called as a pole. P-O-L-E. Symbol for pole is small p. Small p. Symbol for pole is P. So this principal axis which is there, it is touching the midpoint of a concave mirror. It is touching a midpoint of a concave mirror. That midpoint is called as a pole of a concave mirror. Midpoint of a concave mirror is called as a pole of a concave mirror. Remember this one. Understood, everyone? Right? So you have understood about what is center of curvature, what is pole, what is aperture, what is principal axis, right? Now suppose you can see in mathematics class you would have learned the distance from center to the corner, one of the corner of a circle. The distance from center to one of the corners of a particular circle is called as a radius. You would have learned, okay, you would have learned in what you call mathematics class. It is called as a radius. But in light chapter we will be calling that one as a radius of curvature. We will be calling that one as a radius of curvature. Understood? We will be calling that one as a radius of curvature. Why we will be calling that one as a radius of curvature? Because it is in a curved shape. That is the reason we will be calling it as a radius of curvature. You should not use this radius of curvature for mathematics. Okay, for mathematics you should not use. We should use only radius. Understood, everyone? So center of curvature, radius of curvature. Center of curvature you have learned about radius of curvature, right? Now suppose consider if I take a midpoint between center of curvature and pole, if I take a midpoint between center of curvature and pole, this midpoint, if I name it as an, if I put it as a symbol called as an F, okay, F, then that F is nothing but as a focus. F is nothing but as a focus or principal focus. Or else you can write it as a focal point. There are three names for focus. Principal focus, focal point. Okay, there is a midpoint between center of curvature and pole. Okay, midpoint of center of curvature and pole is called as focus. Or else you can have another definition like midpoint of radius of curvature. Midpoint of radius of curvature is called as a focus. Midpoint of radius of curvature is called as a focus or principal focus or a focal point. Okay, everyone understood, right? Now suppose consider you have a distance from focus to pole. There is a particular distance from focus to the pole, right? Particular distance from focus to the pole, right? It will be particular length will be there. Particular length will be there between focus and pole, right? That length is called as focal length, and the symbol for focal length is small f. The symbol for focal length is small f. So f, small f, is nothing but as a focal length. Understood, everyone? The distance or length from focus to the pole or pole to the focus. The distance from pole to the focus is called as focal length. Remember this one, right? You can call this one is also focus. This one is also focal length. This one is also focal length. This one is also focal length. Understood, everyone? So you will be having a particular formula. For focal length. Focal length is equal to half of the radius. Focal length is equal to how much? half of the radius. As you can see, this part is the radius of curvature. If you cut the radius of curvature into two halves, then you will be getting a focal length, right? If you cut the radius into two halves, you will be getting a focal length. So focal length is equal to how much? Half of the radius. Focal length is equal to how much? Half of the radius. If you send this to this side, if you send that to that side, then you will be getting radius is equal to 2 into f. Radius is equal to 2 times the focal length. Radius of curvature is equal to how much? 2 times the focus. Focal length is equal to how much? Half of the radius. Focal length is equal to half of the radius. Radius of curvature is equal to 2 times the focus. These two formulas are important. Remember these two formulas, such that when we will be doing the numericals, during numericals, these two will be coming across. Okay, these two formulas you will be using, such that during calculation you will be not at all getting any doubt. Understood, everyone? Right? Everyone have understood. So here you can write r by 2. Here also you can write r by 2. Right? Both the sides you can write r by 2, r by 2. Okay, these all are the terms related to the concave mirror. These all are the terms. Okay, these all are the terms related to the concave mirror. What are those terms? First term, the concave mirror. Concave mirror is one of the term. Principal axis is one of the term, right? Center of curvature is term, one of the term. Radius of curvature is the term, right? And focal length is one of the term. Aperture is the term. Focus is the term. Pole is also one of the terms. Understood? Remember these all the terms. These terms are most important. Okay. Focal plane. One student have asked the question. Focal plane. Okay, I will be erasing this part. Focal plane. Focal plane. Maximum he will be not asking this question. Focal plane, but it is important. This one is also one of the term. Now, suppose consider a ray of light is coming like this, right? A ray of light is coming like this, and it is touching a concave mirror. Another ray of light is coming, and then it is touching a concave mirror. After touching a concave mirror, it will be reflected like this. It will be reflected like this, right? I taught you about this one. Right? Now, you will be getting an image. Where you will be getting the image? You will be getting the image at focus. At focus, you will be getting the image, right? At focus, you will be getting the image. Now, where you will be getting the image, if I draw a plane there, if I draw a particular plane in the sense particular screen, if I draw a screen, if I make a screen there, like this 3D image of a screen, then a particular image will be produced on this plane. Then such a type of a plane is called as a focal plane. Remember that one is important. Focal plane, where the image is produced. Where focal plane is the plane where image is produced. Understood, everyone? Where image is produced. Okay. Then now I taught you about different terms of concave mirror. If you take convex mirror, for convex mirror also you will be having the same term. For convex mirror also you will be having same terms. What are those terms? Suppose consider you have a convex mirror, okay, like this. Then then now if I draw a straight line like this, inside part is coated with a silver, whereas outside part is reflecting surface. Inside part is coated with a silver. Then this one is called as a convex. convex mirror. Okay. This line which is there, this line is called as the principal axis, as I have already taught you, right? This line, horizontal line which is there, which is touching the convex mirror and passing through the center of the sphere, is called as a principal axis, right? And you know, the midpoint of a convex mirror where principal axis passes is called as a pole. It is called as a pole, P-O-L-E. Symbol of pole is P. Symbol of pole is P. Just a second. रूम का चाबी है ना, खुला ही है रूम, आपका रूम का चाबी. Just a second, students. Okay. For convex mirror also you will be having pole. For convex mirror also you will be having pole, right? So you can see here there is a center point. This center point is called as a center of curvature. Center of curvature, right? For concave you have learned about center of curvature, right? For convex also you will be having center of curvature. Inside it you will be having. For concave also you will be having inside, but rays will be coming from inside. For convex, rays will be coming from outside. Okay, don't confuse yourself. Now there will be, if I take a particular point here, this point is called as a focus. This point is called as a focus, as I have already taught you here. Focus or principal focus or focal point. Focus or principal focus or focal point, right? Now there is a particular distance from M to N. There is a particular distance from M to N. This distance from M to N is called as an aperture.